So today we're going to actually cover workouts that you can do in your home. This is where I do my workouts. I haven't gone to a gym or been a gym membership for 10 plus years probably. I do it from home. I do it when I'm traveling. That's what I love best about this. It's a short, condensed time frame. It actually gives you better results. And if you go for a long walk, or if you go and you get yourself on a bike or a treadmill and you're just doing steady state, you are not actually being as effective as you are doing this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about it, and then I'm actually gonna show you what a workout routine looks like. And then after I'm done the routine, I'm actually gonna show you some variations. So it allows you to follow me along, turn it on YouTube, follow along, go through with it, and then know how to make and add changes. Now what's important is that your body at first is going to find this hard. Totally normal, good thing. You want it to be hard. So what's happening is that when you're working all these muscles and you're working more muscles than you are if you're just walking or if you're on a treadmill, you're working just your legs. Here we're going to be working more of your upper and lower body together, which means as you demand and put more taxing on your body, rather than when you finish a walk and you finish and you stop, boom, that's it. Your calorie burning stops right there. When I finish my workout, I am burning calories for 24 hours. My body is continually burning those calories. That's what you're looking for. So that's why it's called high intensity training. You can also do lower intensity training, LIIT, and that is equally effective. So I am going to offer variations for shoulder problems, joints, or knee problems so that you can kind of work around it, all right? Just know that there are ways to make this more intense. So if you come over here and look at the clock, this is my little gauge I use a clock. So how I do this is I turn this on. I'll push start and I go. So there are different ways that you can do this. You can do a 20-second workout followed by a 10-second rest, followed by a 20-second workout, followed by a 10-second rest, which means you're doing 2 rounds of something in 1 minute, okay? And you will do that for 10 minutes, or if you're feeling really keen, 12 to 15. I try and do for sure 10. Then I would be resting, so this 20 seconds, you'd be resting for 10 seconds. Okay, that's one variation. The other variation you can do is you can do, because that's a little bit easier. When you're doing only 20 seconds and a 10-second rest, if you're doing push-ups, you're only having to do 20 seconds of push-ups. If you're doing squats, you're only having to do that exercise for 20 seconds. Now, I will do a workout where I will do my workout for 45 or 50 seconds and then a 10-second rest. See how much harder that would make doing push-ups for 50 seconds or push-ups for 45 seconds and then having a rest, okay? So you just need to know that to be aware. You can also take 3 or 4 exercises and then repeat the cycle. So you could do 3 or 4 exercises and then do that again 3 times. See how you can do that. Or you can do completely different ones every single time. The important thing is I want you to do is not do the same thing all the time. You want to vary it up. So even if I'm showing you this routine, I want you to make a note of it and switch it around. So you're doing different exercises in different order. If you really like, and you have to watch this because I have certain exercises I like doing this one. It's awesome. It feels great. I don't like doing push-ups. So I try to make myself do push-ups every time, right? Because I don't really like them. There are ones. So the ones that you really don't like, no, you should be doing them. I try and do them first or second or third so that I'm not too tired because I don't really like doing them. Does that make sense? Okay, so I will sometimes find that I'm tired. I don't really want to do this. I'll tell myself, you just got to get to 7 minutes. Just do 7 minutes. And I have yet to not get to the 7 minutes. And you know what? I can do this for a few more minutes. So do give yourself that ability. I would rather you only do for 7 minutes than to not do it at all because you're too tired. That makes sense? Okay, so here we go. So I am going to be doing my routine. After I've done the routine, I will give you variations, okay? But this is the best way to kind of see how it is. So I'm doing a 20-second workout, 10-second rest. And you can put on music if you want, or because I'm talking and filming, I'm not going to, but this is how we're gonna start, all right? So the first thing I'm gonna start off with is a plank. So when you're doing a plank, you wanna make sure that you're not rounding. You're using your whole body, using your stomach, you're using your bum, you're using your back, and you're just holding that position. This is actually a lot harder than you think. This is actually one of the best ways to work your stomach. One of the most ineffective ways is actually doing crunches. Okay, so now I rest. My 20 seconds, I'm getting ready for my next one. So my next one's gonna be a variation of a burpee, because burpees can be quite hard on your shoulders and I don't really like it that much. So I go down, oh, up, down, up. Just make sure you switch legs. So if one leg came down the first time, you wanna switch. Now I gotta go with my left. And then it's my right. And a variation of that can be the actual push-up. Okay, and then you do your rest. Now I'm gonna do my leg one. Crossing over. So you wanna stay low, you don't come up. You're crossing over around. This works that back area in the legs. And I like to incorporate the arms as well. See how I'm staying low? I'm not doing this. Staying down low. Okay? The next exercise, you can use a variation of a weight, whatever weight you want. This one I really like. So you're gonna do one side for 30 seconds and then the other side. So it comes down by the foot, comes up, crosses over. You can do this as well without any weight, or you can find something you have when you're traveling that gives you a little bit of a weight and use that as a weight. So one thing to watch, you're not bending over like this. Get your butt down, okay? Now, that was 30 seconds, and other side. See how I'm squatting down with my butt. So I'm using my butt, my legs, my arms, working the muscles of my back. Okay, so if you're doing this and you start to get really tired, you can drop down to 15 seconds, 15-second rest. So you should notice I'm breathing hard. That's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what makes it a high intensity training. The next one we're going to work on, seems like you're really not doing very much when you see it. Trust me, you're working on lots. When you go like this, you lay down and you're going to bridge it up, push it up. This is working the back muscle. So for a lot of men, they have that kind of pouchy, love handle area in the back. This is where we're working, and as well, your butt. Okay, here's a really cool one I love. Go into the plank position, bring your leg up. So if you can only bring your leg up to there, then you only bring it up to there. If you want to try and get as far forward as you can. So you're working your arms to stabilize you. You're bringing your legs up. A variation of that can be this, a mountain climber. This is a little bit easier. This is a bit more intense. Okay? Now, this next one is called a frog. I really love this one. You go down like this, like this, like this, like this. So it's about squatting as low as you can, and then going down. Okay, so now I'm going to do my least favorite, my push-ups. Because I know I only have to do 20 seconds. I can do 20 seconds this time. Okay, this next one's a really cool one. Side obliques. Put your feet together. You're gonna press it up and then lower it. This is working all the muscles in the side.
It's a little bit harder doing it when you're talking. So 20 seconds one side. So at this point in time, I'm almost 6 minutes. So you could easily go back to doing one of the other ones and do a few more variations of other ones. But I'm going to actually just optimize it and show you more different things. So this one, the weight comes from a V, from here down to here and up. Once again, getting that butt down. This could be done with a soup can. You'd be amazed at how many things you have around the house. Bottle of water works as well. In fact, I'll show you the next variation with my water bottle. So it's the same motion, but now we're doing from here to a V. So it's an upside down V. So this is the way to work your arms, your back, your shoulders. So you're working all your muscles all at once. It's awesome. Okay, this next exercise is surprisingly hard. Find a chair. You're gonna barely touch down the chair. Jump it up. Strong tummy, keep it pulled in. Okay. I'm going to add in an actual burpee this time. Okay. An arm one. So put your hands like this and you press up. Works the back of the arms and the shoulders. And I try not to wimp out and do easy ones at the end. I try to have them be hard ones all the way through. This is the other muscle I hate working. Triceps. Good. Okay, this is called an up, down, up, down. I usually try and go about halfway and then switch the arms going up. And my last one. This is the dynamite one, just for my keeners. Okay, so that was 10 minutes. How's it? That's all it took. So now I'm going to show you a fabulous cool down to do. This is unbelievably good because you're taking all that blood and you're just pulling it back down and out. So this is really great for stretching your hamstrings, and for a lot of men in particular, this is super tight. So see how I can get my butt all the way there? I don't want you to be so tight that your butt can do this. If it can, you need to back up to where your butt is totally on the ground and you can't push yourself. And that's where you stay. As you get better, you can pull your arms towards you. So this is also great for women, if anyone watching this. Veins, all that blood is coming out of our veins. It's also fabulous for drainage. Lymphatic nodes I talked about before, all coming down here. It's wonderful for that as well. Same thing with here. You can be thinking about the blood or the lymph nodes draining out into here. So this is the first part of the stretch. This is the second part. This is the groin area. This is actually problematic for a lot of people. We tend to be very weak in there. We tend to get injured in there, especially athletes actually. So this is how you stretch that area. Don't worry if you're up here. Go to wherever it's uncomfortable and then let it hold there. And then the third one is like this. I'm gonna get a little closer. And now you can use your hands to just gently push. Don't let yourself round. Keep your shoulders back and gently push. And then the last stretch is one of my most favorites. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to put your arms out. So if your arms can't get here when your shoulders are rounding, not a problem. If it's too hard, and you can't get your head back there, find something to put your head naked against there. Because for some people, being like this, their back is rounded or their head is forward. And so they can't get their head back without it being, oh, I don't want this. This is not what I want. I want that. So if it requires a towel, put the towel in there. If your hands can't touch, they go out here. And you just come as far forward. Even if your hands have to go like this, that's all you're doing. Eventually, you want your hands so they can come up like that. Okay? And then eventually the goal is this. Now, what I don't want is this. See how you're doing that with the wrist? So make sure those fingers are not on. It's more about this, the hand being up. And optimally, you want to get it so it slides up and down. And that's doing two things. So it's opening up the chest area as well as strengthening that back so that rather than standing, like a lot of people do like this, you're capable of standing like that. But if your muscles are so tight that they can't get back and your shoulders get back, there's no hope of you being able to. You're going to be stuck here. So we have to work on opening that up. This is one of the best exercises I found for that. As well as rounding can come from tightness in here, tightness in there, and that's part of the problem. Okay? So you have the stretch. So you did those three there, the one up there. Now I'm going to show you two more. One is to get this area I just finished talking about, the hip flexor. So this is actually a real problem area. People that tend to be bent over, it's because oftentimes the hip flexor. So you put the one foot up like this. Now, you want to make sure that that is tucked under. Don't let it round out like this. You want to tuck it under so that it's actually stretching here. And then as you get good, you can go forward a little bit more. For most people, this in itself, it's going to be hard enough. As you get better, you can go forward, but don't be pushing it. I want proper posture, no twisting, no turning, butt tucked under. And then you'd switch legs, same thing. So every stretch is about 30 seconds to a minute. If you find one is tighter than the other, I like to do what I call a double stretch, which means goes back to it again. So, this side, this, for example, this side was super tight. Oh my goodness, it was so tight there. So I would go back and do it again the second time. So start with your tighter side first, and then you can do a second stretch. If it's really, really tight, you can always do optimally a third stretch. That third one really tends to loosen it up. Now, butt cheek stretch. So, remember I talked about the problem with the groin? A lot of times it's because of what's happening in your butt. So the butt stretch looks like this. You go onto all fours, take the one leg, cross it back, and slide it over. And you go down. Now, for a lot of you, you're going to be up here and going, oh my word, this hurts. It does. This is an intense stretch.
That's where I'm stretching, and I go down as far as I can. And then you switch sides. And that is your workout. And it's roughly, by the time you do your stretches, 15 minutes. If you do the 15, actually 12 to 15 minutes, then it would take you to the most 20 minutes. But honestly, I guarantee you start doing this 3 times a week, your weight loss will come out, you'll drop weight, you'll feel better, you'll move better, everything will be better. And it's so much nicer, the time spent driving to the gym, getting changed, doing the workout, and actually not having to be that that productive is really important. So give me a like, give me a share, pass it on to your friends. I'm gonna sign this one off, and then I'm gonna follow right away with my additional ones. So you can always click on the additional ones to show, and I'll show you way more variations on exercises. All right, take care, good luck, and you've got this.